folks, I think we're going to shoot it over to Mike Amsden.
All right. Can everyone hear me all right? Great.
Yes, great.
Thank you all so much. I've been asked to provide a few closing remarks here at the end of day one of this summit. Again, Mike Amsden, Multimodal Transportation Manager for the City of Milwaukee's Department of Public Works. I'm a white male with short brown hair, green eyes, and I'm wearing a gray polo shirt today. I really want to start by just thanking several folks. I think first and foremost, all our presenters and moderators, but specifically some people who are kind of behind the scenes. I think Caressa Givens, you saw a little bit of her today. Caressa has been instrumental in making this summit happen. I think this summit is a much bigger event than any of us ever expected. And Caressa is many things. One thing she is not is an event planner, but she's done some amazing work to make this happen. So thank you, Caressa. Thank you to Sarah, Richard, and Jesse for making this happen as well, kind of behind the scenes. No one on the conference will know who those people are, but you're all doing amazing work. Our interpreters and translators are doing incredible work as well. So thank you all. Thank you to all the DPW staff members and other agency folks who presented today. I'd especially like to thank the multimodal unit team. It's great to see some of the incredible work you all are doing. Thank you to our community partners. It amazes me to see how passionate you all are. So thank you for spending portions of your day today sharing your experiences. And finally, thank you to Allison and Salida for coming to Milwaukee to inspire us and show us all the amazing work that you're doing in your cities. I've received many messages and texts already today showing appreciation and thanks for sharing everything that's happening in your city. So I didn't really have much prepared today, so I wanted to see how the day went. I think three things really stuck out, and three things that aren't necessarily new for me, but I came back to Milwaukee 3 years ago. And I think all three of these things kind of came out today during day one. First and foremost, I think we need to be inspired. There's some pretty incredible things happening in Milwaukee, but there's even more incredible things happening around the country. And we need to keep up with other cities. We need to try and do things differently, which we're doing. We need to accelerate that. We need to fail. It's okay to fail. We learn when we fail, and we can't be afraid to fail. And these aren't things that just are happening in Austin and in Los Angeles. These things that we've seen today are happening in cities big and small, in cities near and far, cities like Wauwatosa. I was actually thinking, I guess, Carmel. I was going to say Carmel, so I'm glad Melissa said that. Carmel, Indiana is doing some pretty amazing things. Small cities, Evanston, Illinois, but more importantly, peer cities of Milwaukee, Minneapolis, Pittsburgh, Columbus. These things are happening, and some of these cities are starting to grow again. And I truly believe that a lot of it is because of how these cities are rethinking their public spaces and their streets and doing it in a way that's prioritizing equity and safety and health. Number two is we have an opportunity. The time is right. We have a ton of community support. I'm so inspired and just so appreciative of the time people put into street safety and activating streets and making streets better. One of the first meetings I went to when I came back to Milwaukee 3 years ago was in the Sherman Park neighborhood. I had no idea what to expect. Coming from Chicago, some neighborhoods you had representatives who just didn't care anymore. You had community members who felt like they weren't being heard and there was nothing they could do. Well, that's not the case here in Milwaukee. People care in every single neighborhood. People want to see their neighborhoods become better and be better places to live. They want to stay in their neighborhoods. They're vested in their neighborhoods. We have that support at the community level, but we also have that support at the council level and the administration level with the mayor and our commissioners. So the time is right to be doing these things. Reckless driving absolutely is the biggest issue in Milwaukee. It needs to stop. If it doesn't stop, we're going to fall further behind our peer cities. So we absolutely need to be changing how we design our streets. And finally, we need to be serious and intentional when we talk about equity and inclusion. I'm a white male. I think most of our presenters today were predominantly white. That doesn't represent the makeup of Milwaukee. We need to do a better job of engaging residents throughout the city, no matter their race, no matter their income, no matter where they live. We need to prioritize work in areas that need it most. And we're starting to do these things, and we need to continue to do these things. It's so important. Our city, our department has taken equity seriously, but these things need to continue as we move forward. So I've been really inspired today. I hope you all have as well, and I hope you come back tomorrow to join us. There's tomorrow's session is we're going to hear from a lot more community partners, which I'm super excited to hear from. I talk to a lot of these people quite a bit, but I never really get to hear everything they're doing. We're also going to get even more inspiration from Los Angeles, but also from Chicago as well. So please join us if you can tomorrow. And then one last thing I'd like to mention before we go for the day today. You may have seen, and if you haven't, there is a bike ride and a walk tonight or this afternoon. By all means, sign up. It's an incredible day. It's Austin and LA are probably super hot and humid and nasty. It's 70 degrees and sunny in Milwaukee right now. It is a perfect day to go for a walk or take a bike ride. Please join us. We'll be meeting at 4 p.m. At I believe 23rd and Scott. We'll be riding from Clark Square neighborhood up to River West and Harambe. It's going to be fun, but I also want to note it's going to be a really important bike ride to spend some time to think about what we heard today around equity and around some of the transportation decisions and land use decisions that have been made in our city that are common throughout our country over time. We're going to start out on the near south side. We're not going to go straight north because we'd have to cross the 16th Street Viaduct, which I ride my bike a lot. I will never ride my bike over the 16th Street Viaduct. It's a terrible street to walk or bike over. Those are the types of streets and the types of barriers that we need to address to make walking and biking viable. Something else to note, as I'm sure many of you from Milwaukee know, the 16th Street Viaduct is a barrier to many of our segregation problems in Milwaukee as well. It's the James E. Grappi Unity Bridge. So when we talk about equity and we talk about investment in neighborhoods that need it most, that bridge is very symbolic of what we're talking about. The Valley has separated Black neighborhoods from brown and previously white neighborhoods for many, many decades, and it still does today. As we ride north, pay attention as we're on Holton. Holton is or has been and was a historic red line, and still to this day, decades later, neighborhoods to the east and River West differ significantly from neighborhoods to the west of Holton and Harambe. So just keep in mind the decisions we make today, the policies we pass, the streets we design, they have implications for decades to come. And some of the decisions we made decades ago, we still unfortunately realize today. So join us if you can. Like I said, it'll be beautiful. It'll be fun. We'll learn a lot. We'll see a lot. But if you can't join us on the ride or the walk, please do join us tomorrow for day 2 of the conference. So thank you all. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you all soon. Thank you.